Hey Flosstube, it's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. I want to welcome all of you to my channel. Since my last video, I have continued to focus on a couple of my current cross-stitch projects. I want to share with you a little bit of stash for an upcoming Christmas craft, and so let's jump right in. This past week, I've given a lot of love to Cooper by Kathy Barrick Designs. A lot of you have been following my progress on this piece, and I'm happy to say that I am at the finish line. I have not crossed it, but I'm right there. So hopefully by next week's video, I will have a finish to share with you. So when I left you last weekend, I had not yet finished up the branch, and I had not begun the tail. So let me show you how much I got done this week. The branch is now complete. So I filled in all of the brown here, finished up the stars that are within the branch, and I have outlined the tail. And I've just got a little bit of a little star here to complete. So all of the lettering here is complete, and the bottom of the tail is complete. So there's actually only two more colors in the tail. There is this one color on both sides and then a second color in the center. So I will have to stitch that. And over the top of those stitches, there is a long stitch that is stitched to give the feathered effect of his tail. So I'm very close to that finish. I'm planning to have him finished before October 1st, which is just a few days away. Man, this crazy year has just flown by. I can't believe it's already almost October. But I will be happy to have this guy, this very handsome guy, as a finish for 2020. And it will give me a little more time to focus on some of my other pieces. I will say that yesterday, my husband and I took my most recent finish, which was Christmas Eve by the Prairie Schooler, in to be framed. And I was having such a difficult time picking out a frame for that piece. Originally, I thought I would go more folk art, kind of like the piece itself, and where I would have him display is not, it wouldn't fit there as well. So I just kind of agonized back and forth, and my husband's just watching me quietly watching from behind, and I kept trying different moldings, just couldn't find what I wanted. He walks over to the wall. He plucks one of those moldings off the wall, puts it down on the piece, and that was it. He did a great job. It's a piece that I never would have chosen if I had been, I hadn't chose that out of all the many moldings that I had chosen. I would have never even chosen that one, but he did, and it worked perfectly. So hopefully within a couple more videos, I will have a framed Prairie Schooler Christmas Eve to share with everyone. And I'm hoping by the end of the year to make a start on the Prairie Schooler Christmas ornament for 2020. I've gotten the fabric, I've got the threads, I made myself some floss drops for it. I just need to make that start, excuse me. I'm not sure when I'll do so, but I'm looking forward to it all the same. So this week, this is what I'm hoping for a finish, which will be Cooper by Kathy Barrick Designs. The other piece that I've worked on this week is the 12 Days of Christmas. It's a piece that is a freebie pattern from Paulette Stewart of Plum Street Samplers. It's listed on her blog. And I started it on the 15th with Kim of Barbara's Daughter. If you're not already watching Kim, I will link her down below so you can go have a look. She shared with all of us here on Flosstube her progress on that piece, as well as several others yesterday, and I want to share mine with you too. So once again, this is 12 Days of Christmas. We are doing it as a stitch along. I will list the information for the piece, links to the blog where it can be found. Like I said, it's a freebie pattern. And if you're so inclined to stitch along with us, we'd love to have you. Several have joined in, and they're using the hashtag, which is hashtag 12 Days of Christmas SAL on Instagram. And I'm so happy that all of you have joined. It's been fun this week, seeing how, what colors everyone's using and seeing their progress. So this week I finished up day one, which is first day, And I can show the pattern because once again, it's a freebie. So, and I made a small start on second day. I'm stitching this piece with sulky. I started out with this one. This is 1147. I got lots of questions about sulky. This is the second time I've used this. I made a start on a Rosewood Manor piece that uses these, but I haven't gotten very far. So I've spent more time using the sulkies on this particular piece than I have the other. But this is number 147, and of course the numbers of the thread. The questions I've gotten, I'm not gonna say this was a question, I'm just gonna tell the information because I did a little research on the sulky threads. It shows that the company is based in Kennesaw, Georgia, here in the USA, and that the spools are numbered. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's number 147. They all do also have names. This one is Christmas Red, and I found that information out by visiting the sulky website, which I will link below as well. These are called, sulky has several different types of thread, mostly for machine sewing. This is a 12 weight thread. It is 50 yards on the spool. It is the equivalent of 2 DMC threads. So one strand of sulky is the same as 2 DMC threads. So on the piece that I'm working on 36 count, so keep that in mind. The coverage is very nice. I don't see a shadow of the fabric beneath the threads at all. It's a great coverage, and they also have a DMC conversion list listed on their website as well. So I will link the website, but I will also link the DMC conversion to sulky for those of you that may be interested in giving them a try. I don't think they have, of course, all of the DMC colors. I actually didn't take a look at that, but you're welcome to do so. Like I said, I will link it below. And I also used another pack of threads that I had purchased for a hands-on design Christmas ornament pattern. I can't remember the name of it, but I had purchased that one last year and had it started it. So this is the color palette, and this green was in there as well, and I'm using this green in with my 12 Days of Christmas. So let me show it to you so you can see the coverage. I am using one specific DMC color because I didn't want to order another sulky. I'm using 3862 for the gold. So last week I had not yet finished. Is that the back? Sorry, that's the back. So last week I shared with you I was almost done with the first day, and I had already stitched the crown in that top left hand corner, and I had stitched it in red. I got online and I wanted a little more color. I didn't want a monochrome piece. So I got on Instagram and I followed different hashtags to take a look at some of the works other stitchers have done on this freebie pattern over the past few years since it was released. And then I went back to the blog and I followed Paulette's post all the way back to the first one, and she actually suggested 4 colors in the original piece: black, red, green, and gold. I do not like working with chronic. I do not like working with the DMC metallic thread. So I had purchased some of the treasure braid a couple of years ago at the Flosstube retreat, New Jersey, when I visited Needleworkers Delight. I have found a Celtic knot pattern that I wanted. I bought gold threads to complete it on, and so I just stole the supplies from that, which was DMC 3862. I got treasure braid as well as the 3862 for that pattern, and I was going to use one strand of treasure braid and one strand of the gold to stitch that knot. And so I thought it was the perfect bright yellow for Christmas to use on this. So that's the only DMC thread I'm going to be using. I'm not so sure I'm going to use the black. I do know there's some crows in, I can't remember which day it is, but there's some crows in there. And there's a goose, and I think instead of using black, I'm going to use this brown, but I'm not for certain. I think it'll look great on the goose. I'm not so sure about the birds, because we all know here in the States at Christmas time, about only birds you see out are going to be those crows coming out. So that would be more true to the season, but we'll see. We'll see what I do. Like I said, last week it was different than it is this week, but I'm going to share it with you one more time. And I want you to take a look at the coverage for that sulky threads. So I should have more than enough. I have 2 strands of this. I may not even need to go into the second spool to finish this piece up, and I should still have plenty of this thread to use on my hands-on design piece when I finally stitch those. So that's the information that I have for sulky. I don't think I've missed anything, but I also took a look, and I always forget, and someone always posts a link on Facebook sometime in the holiday season, but I couldn't remember all the meanings for the different days for the Christmas Carol. And so first day, of course, is for Christ and the King, but I don't know why, and I need to read back through Paulette's post to see what her reason for every one of these squares has a different crown. And so I'd like to know the meaning behind the motifs that she chose for this piece. So there's that. All right. And I love to visit Hobby Lobby. And so I did go to Hobby Lobby yesterday. I did a little bit of shopping, and I got some supplies in for a Christmas project. So my daughters do not cross stitch, but they're willing to do just about any other craft that we do. And a lot of times they just choose it. We go get the things to make all the things. We get all the supplies to make all the things, and we come here and we craft together. So they were wanting to do paint they have some unpainted, unfinished nutcrackers that they wanted to do for Christmas, and so we picked those up. But I also found this little pack of Christmas fabrics that I thought would be great for finishing ornaments. Love those colors. Those are so nice. Of course, the candy cane is my favorite, but these plaids. So I picked those up, and I picked up a couple ribbons because ribbons were 50% off. So I got this one. Wouldn't that look so good on a Christmas finish? And then, of course, measuring tape. Couldn't turn that one down. So those are those. And then I got this. It's a box. This coming in the mail. This is not from Hobby Lobby yesterday. So I've got lots of different color Christmassy yarns for a Christmas afghan that I plan on starting this evening. I just got this in, just opened it up, but I'll be having dinner with the family a little later. I've got all the prep work done. My husband's doing the meat, and I did all the sides. They're ready to go. I just need to turn them on. And so I've got a couple of, maybe at about 30 minutes to an hour left that I can stitch and work on Cooper. And once he's done, I plan on trying to finish up day 2 on 12 Days of Christmas and make a start on day 3, because I'm going into the 3rd week of working on this piece. And what else am I going to do this week? I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is if I try anything else other than that, I will share it with you on my next video. So I hope everyone's going to have a great week filled with stitches and laughter and happiness. And until then, hugs and stitches. Bye-bye.